What's up YouTube? Hope you're having a wonderful day. Today's the launch of Season 6 and I'm here to provide you guys with the top 5 best loadouts for Ranked in Season 6. So yeah, to start off this video real quick, the cast-off 7.62 and the M13B are getting nerfed. In this video you'll see give you builds around the nerfs, so you don't see me use an M13, but you'll see me give you a build of the 7.62 and I'll explain in the video why. So with the Season 6 update, we can see a lot of gun changes. This is recorded before the update went live, but they already provided us with the patch notes, show you why you should use these guns in this upcoming season. So for the first class setup, this was my main class setup last season, even when the cast-off was still there. This is gonna be my #1 frag loadout for the upcoming season in Ranked. The AK is getting nerfed, the cast-off 7.62, and the M13 as well. So I don't feel like a specific AR is going to be the meta right now. And the SO14 has been incredible. I've been running it all season. I've won a solos tournament from Facebooya. There's a video on my channel. I've dropped multiple 40 bombs with it, and this gun just slaps so hard. This is the class setup for it. The muzzle, the Tempest GH50 for vertical recoil control, recoil stabilization and recoil control. For the barrel, we use the 22-inch Ballmaster barrel. Tuning for that is recoil steadiness and damage range. Optic, I use the Luca Bandera scope. I know it's a sniper optic, but this optic reduces visual recoil, so it's so nice. I tune it as far as I can because it's still a sniper scope, and I put it on ADS. I'll show you how it looks. This is the 3.6 times zoom you get. It's incredible. I love it. I mean, you can use an AIMO PV4, but I highly recommend, if you're using this gun, to use this optic. It's so good, especially because the gun is a single tap and it doesn't have much recoil. It's so good. 50 round mag, of course, because the gun only has a 20 and we don't want a 25. And last attachment, I use high velocity. You can probably use something else for a bit more recoil control. I don't feel like this gun has recoil, like I said, but I run high velocity for more range. You get more damage range and you get more bullet velocity. And I'll show you guys right now. I just read that the SO14 is getting buffed. You can see here, close damage range increased, close mid damage range increased, mid damage range increased, and far damage increased. Sadly, Call of Duty doesn't provide us with specific damage profiles. For that, we have people like JGod who can help us with it. But for now, we just gotta hope that the buff is significant enough to make it OP, because it's good. It's meta, but it's not OP or broken in any sense. So for the secondary, I'm running this secondary on all my classes except one. It's just the meta MP5 build that everyone's been running. The same build that Biffle won World Series of Warzone with. It's just the best MP5 loadout. It's not getting touched this season at all. I thought it was gonna get nerfed, but when I think about it, they're releasing a new SMG and I think that gun is gonna be busted. So that's why the MP5 is probably not getting touched. So for the barrel, we have the Lachman Pulsar. The reason I run that one over the L38 Falcon is it gives you a bit more mobility and I love it. I use this gun mostly indoors, so I don't need damage range on it. Aim walking speed and damage range tuning. Optic VLK LZR laser for ADS speed. Sprintify speed and ADS. For the stock, FT mobile stock, it changed last season. Everyone used to run the mere recoil 56 factory stock, but then the mobile stock got buffed mid-season, so that's the one we're running. Tuning towards aim on sight speed and aim walking speed. Of course, the 40 round mag. Don't run the 50, it reduces your movement speed way too much. And don't run a 30 because a 30 is too. And then the broken attachment everyone's been running on SMGs is the hollow point rounds, because it stuns people when you shoot them in the legs. It's the 9mm hollow point rounds with the damage range and the bullet velocity. So for the second class setup is the sniper build. Last season I used to mostly run the Signal 50, but that gun is getting nerfed. I can show you right now. As you can see right here, the neck damage multiplier has been decreased and the upper torso damage multiplier has been decreased. The Karak 300, the gun that got released, I think either this season or the one before that, either way, this gun was incredible. Like, the bullet velocity is literally twice of the Signal 50. But it just couldn't 2-tap. That's the reason why everyone ran the Signal 50. But it's getting buffed right now. Close mid damage range increased, far damage increased, lower torso damage multiplier increased, and limb damage increased. I swear, this gun is gonna melt. Like, you're gonna see pros run this one instead of the Signal, purely because it has a 50 round mag, double the bullet velocity, and it can shoot faster than the Signal. So I'll show you the build of it right now. Firstly, I want to start with the optic. This one was the optic I was running on the Signal 50. It's a night vision optic, but the night vision runs out at 40 meters. After 40 meters, you cannot see people through smokes and stuff. So if you want something else besides that, There's a better optic. A friend of mine told me to use it the other day. It's the SZ Heat Source 800. You can clearly see the zoom is like 3 times as far because it's like an 8 times zoom. But this thermal sight can look up to 100 meters. So if you pop a smoke right here and there's an enemy at 100 meters, you can still see him through the smoke. And if you don't want a thermal sight, easy solution, just run the Forge Tech Delta. It's what everyone was using on the Signal 50, including me. I was running it as well. It's just a clean 3 times optic. So the build for it, besides the optic of course, muzzle, F-Tech Reaper, tune towards aim down sight speed and aiming idle stability. You don't need to tune it towards bullet velocity because you don't gain much, and idle stability is very important on snipers. For the barrel, heavy tech 300, tune it towards recoil steadiness and ADS speed. Again, damage range isn't that much needed for a sniper, so it doesn't change it that much. High velocity, damage range and bullet velocity. Like I said, this gun has like a 12 or 1300 bullet velocity range. You can take off the high velocity and put a laser on it for more ADS speed, and it will make a difference. Like, you saw the ADS before. It's better now, but I prefer to have high velocity and shoot people at greater distances. And of course, 50 round mag, because the gun only comes with 5 at a standard. And like I said, I'm running the MP5 with every build I have. Besides with my snipers, I like to have an SMG that has a bit more range. I don't like to run ARs with my snipers, clearly because like the movement is a big issue. I don't want to have like a demon spinning around me because I'm slow as fuck by running a Chimera or an AK-74U. And that's why I built a ISO 45 with a bit more range. So this is the build for it. As a muzzle, we use the Spiral Flash Hider, recoil smoothness and gun kick control. The Spiral is very good in SMGs. It removes a lot of the recoil and a lot of the visual recoil as well. As an optic, I run the Chrono Mini Pro. I like to have an optic with my sniper support so I can have a bit more range. Tune it towards far and ADS speed. And then the biggest difference you'll see between my builds and probably most of the pro builds is they run the Cheetah stock. But since, like I said, this is a sniper support and you need to beam people on range a bit, the Cheetah is not it. It gives a bit too much recoil, so I run the Demo Fade, which doesn't give you less recoil control. And we tune it towards aim walking speed and ADS speed. 45 round mag, and of course the hollow points because they're broken as fuck. Still an AK build. Like we saw with the Cronin when it got nerfed for like the 6th time, it's still usable and it's still good. After that first nerf, it was still like the most broken gun. And like I said, I'm recording this before the update. I still think the AK is going to be one of the best ones. Don't get me wrong, the SO14 is by far the best one, but it's not full auto, and I know a lot of people want to use full auto guns. So the AK is probably the best shout still. As a muzzle, use the Lockshock KT85, recoil stabilization and recoil control. I know a lot of you guys are running a Cas 10 barrel on the AK, but I saw a video the other day of Mutex and another streamer. They were showing numbers and stuff, and apparently this gun has better recoil control even though it doesn't show it, and you can significantly feel it. So try this barrel. If you don't like it, switch back. It's all up to you. But tuning is recoil steadiness and damage range. Optic, I know a lot of people like to run the Emo PV4, but on the AK I feel like the Cronin just looks a bit better, especially if you tune it towards close. I don't know, I like it. It just shoots a bit better. Difference between my build and a lot of the pros build is they tend to run an underbarrel, the F-Tech Ripper, but I feel like with this stock, because it gives recoil control and aiming stability, with the tuning towards ADS and aiming stability, this gun has a better recoil pattern than with an underbarrel, and the underbarrel gives you a lot of ADS penalties, which I don't like, especially because this gun isn't that slow compared to like the TAC V or the Cronin. And of course a 40 round mag, because you need a 40 round mag. Oh yeah, if you wanna like run this as your main build, run Overkill and put an MP5 on it. But this is like if there's a water circle, you need an F-Tech Siege, because you'll get eaten out by sharks if you don't run an F-Tech Siege. So yeah, your secondary, if there's a water circle, take the F-Tech Siege. The barrel is the Ratchet BE. You tune it towards aim walking speed and damage range. Laser, FGX DOD 70. Tune it towards ADS speed and sprint to fire speed. The stock, the Siege Wire stock. Aim walking speed, aim down sight speed. 72 round mag. You can run the 50, but I highly recommend the 72. We don't give a shit about movement when we're in water and trying to fry people and not frangible. We need hollow point rounds. Because even in water, if you hit people, they get flashed and stunned, and it's so annoying. Oh yeah, and on literally all my class setups, I run smoke and semtexes. You can run dual charges, but I think semtexes are way better, especially when you're in the open. You can see all my perk packages are the same. If I don't run overkill, I've got bomb squad. But if I snipe, I like to have bird's eye so I can give comms to my teammates. And if I run as a frag, I like to have high alert so I can see people from behind me and stuff. Second last setup is a gun. If you're struggling with multiple opponents at the same time and controlling recoil. This Sakin is the best if you're struggling with recoil. This gun has generally no recoil and you have 100 bullets, so you have to kill at least someone. I mean, you can kill like 4 people on it. But the build for it, muzzle, Pullify your ass, tune it towards aim on sight speed and aiming idle stability. Barrel, 20H Bruin Silver Series barrel. Tune it towards recoil steadiness and ADS, because the gun is slow, it's an LMG. On the barrel, the reason why the Sakin has a lot less recoil than a lot of the other LMGs is because it has its own attachments. One of them is the Bruin Warrior LMG on the barrel. Get it towards recoil stabilization and aiming idle stability. And the rear grip is the Stip 40 grip for recoil control. Put it to sprint to fire in ADS. And the AMO PV4 with basically the... Oh, I put it on close on this one because this gun doesn't have much recoil. And you can see a lot with it. As you can see, I'm not doing much with it. I'm not controlling the recoil at all. This is me without touching my buttons. It just goes straight up. And with that, we run an MP5, of course. So the last loadout, this is like a gun I've been using a lot in Resurgence, but since a lot of the ARs are getting nerfed and this gun isn't getting touched, the Tempest Razorback is actually incredible. It's like the RAM, I think 45 from Lost Warzone, like MW19 RAM. That gun was incredible. Like, it had no recoil, it hit hard, it shoot fast, and this is basically that gun. And something that makes this gun different with all the other ARs, it has its own underbarrel, which gives you horizontal recoil control and recoil stabilization, which clearly, as you can see right here, none of them give. They all give just recoil stabilization. They don't give you anything extras, and this attachment is incredible. So for the build, for the muzzle, we have the Eculus 80 suppressor, because with this we get a bit more bullet velocity and a bit more range than running something like the FGX Vulcan Pro. Like I said, the gun gets a huge benefit of the underbarrel, so we don't need to boost the recoil control on it. So the tuning for it, recoil smoothness and bullet velocity. The barrel, we use the 16-inch Tanker V barrel, recoil steadiness and a bit towards damage range. As an optic, you can run the AMO PV4, you can run the Chrono Mini Pro, or you can run the Recharge, which I've been running a while on my AK before, and it actually looks very clean. It's like a bit like the AMO PV4, but I feel like you can see a bit more with it. 60 round mag, of course, and what makes this gun special, the underbarrel, the DM Proto Grip. Tune it towards recoil stabilization and aiming idle stability. So yeah, this is it. Like I said, they're nerfing the AK, they're nerfing the Signal 50. I'm recording this before the season comes out, so I want to give you guys the fastest class setup as soon as rank drops. I want to get into Ranked, I want to hit top 250. I finished in Iridescent last season. So that's the video for today, guys. Let me know what you think about it. Let me know what you think about the classes. And surely let me know what rank you ended up in last season. Like I said, I went for top 250, but I only managed to get into Iridescent. Trying for top 250 now this season, and let's see if we can hit it. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and peace.